Hello, YouTube. It's Chris, Harriet Pipes. How are we all doing? Cheers. Good couple of days' work. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. I'm smoking my shop apple, and I'm one of these strange people that likes Latakia, however when I say it, when it's hot weather. I can't explain it. Most people like it in the winter. I like it in the heat. I think it's because it's a cool smoke. I think that's why I find Virginias and Vapors a bit sort of hot in the hot weather. Although I do smoke them as well. Just been on a Latakia kick. I don't know why I can't say that today. Normally I say Latakia. There we go. So where have I been? Thank you for all the messages. Wondering if I'm still alive. I caught a virus either on a plane over to Chicago or in Chicago. I don't know, but it absolutely wiped the floor with me. And basically, the return trip from Chicago Pipe Show was a bit of a fiasco because Air France, well, apart from the fact that I'm 6'2" and I had my knees around my ears the entire flight, which I hate. Next time I'm going premium economy for the extra leg room. Apart from that, 8.5 hour flight in a torture position. When we arrived in Paris, they brought the connecting flight forward, which meant it was unreachable. We couldn't get there in time, which meant so we went to the desk for Air France. The woman was really apologetic, but she said, there's nothing until I think it was 6 o'clock in the evening or something, which meant like eight hours in the airport. And I was already rough. I'd lost my voice. I wasn't well, and that was just it kind of kicked me while I was down. And then when I got back home, the virus really went full throttle. I managed to do some paperwork and a video and put the pipes that I had left up on the website, and then that was it. I was in bed for 10 days, just exhausted, really. I didn't have a temperature or anything like that. I was just really exhausted. I wonder if it was COVID. I didn't do a test. I should have probably. So, that was a sort of a week and a half written off, which I didn't really want. I was going to give myself a few days off, but it was like an enforced vacation, I suppose. And then so I've had nothing to show, hence no videos. But I have been working hard. I've been feeling better the last week or so. So I've got lots of pipes to show you. No available pipes. So as you know, I'm getting ready for St. Claude at the end of June. And I've also got some commissions on the go. So I'm pretty much tied down at the minute for this month. I'm pretty much tied down. But I've got a list. If anyone wants to commission something, there'll just be a bit of a wait. If you're prepared to have a wait, then get in touch. No problem at all. I have had quite a lot of people contacting me, and I got back to them, and they've not replied, and I don't know whether they've just not checked their junk folder or what. I guess there's new people contacting me from since Chicago, but yeah, I say quite a lot, like 4 or 5, but that's a lot, people not to respond. But also I'm aware, with the bug that I had, that I wasn't firing on all cylinders, so I hope I haven't missed anyone. If anyone's worried that I've missed them, feel free to get in touch and we'll touch base. Anyway, King Charles Mixture is what I'm smoking, which is the ready rubbed form of Special Latakia Flake Germains, and it's delicious. I opened a tin at Chicago, so I'm getting through that. Really excited for St. Claude. If you're going, come and say hi, because it's super exciting. It's going to be I'm hoping it's going to be the biggest pipe show in Europe. It's certainly the most international pipe show in Europe in terms of who's coming, pipe makers and dealers, and you know, should be a good event. Right. So how many have I got to show you? I've got 8 pipes finished to show you. 4 are for the show and 4 are commissions. So I guess I'll do the commissions first. I'll just pop this down. It's difficult to put it down when it's tasty, isn't it? And I've not been smoking as much as usual since the bug, but yeah, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling loads better. Vobesy gave me lots of nice bits of advice for immune system help and stuff, so I'm endeavouring to do that. I bought some magnesium supplements and a nose wash and all sorts of things, so hopefully I won't get so sick in future. I really think it's down to the sort of the solitary lifestyle. When I was a chef, I never used to get sick at all, really, unless it was something really violent, you know, because I was around people all the time, and these days I'm just not. So I think my immune system's not what it once was. Okay, stop nattering and show these pipes. So I had, and Mark in America had the misfortune of a package going missing. There was a new lady working at the post office in another village, which I no longer use because of it. And I was sure she hadn't done it right, but I was assured that she had, and sure enough, the package went missing. So I've remade Mark's pipe, and he's been very patient waiting for it. It's like a little sort of squashed apple with an 8 shank. And this time he really requested that I blast it. Last time it was a smooth, and it turns out he actually, you know, he'd said to me, feel free to blast it if I want. And I was like, well, it's a smooth. So I made a smooth, but Mark likes blasts, it turns out. So in future, I'll make sure I blast his pipes for him. But there we go. That one's done. Florian got in touch with me asking for a rusticated apple with a saddle stem in ebonite. So that's that guy there for Florian. These are all ready to go. I've just got to wait for the local post office to open up on Tuesday, because we're on a bank holiday, aren't we? Or a jour férié, as they say in France. Then for Keith, a little Anne's. This is with Eldritch resin, the red one, sort of Bakelite range, I think it was. So that will be heading off to Keith. And Alexandra, and it's the reason I'm smoking my shop apple today, wanted a copy of it. So that's what I did. My little shop apple for somebody else. This time without a fault in the chamber, which is why I smoked my little shop apple. So that's going off to him. That's the commissions done this week. I've got another 2 on the go. A 9mm 8-shank bully, which is getting there with ebonite. Can do a 9mm with these. And a shorty pocket pipe, basically a copy of a ROP. What do they call them? A ROP Stout Bulldog. Yeah. So the gosh, I've forgotten his name now. I'm talking to him this morning. Eric. Yeah, Eric wanted this with a specific Cumberland, which is the Ponzo, which you can't really see at the minute because it's not shiny and nice and showing off its colour. So that's getting there. Some nice grain on that if it works well. So then let's show you the pipes I've got for St Claude already. I'm hoping to have, the goal is 20 handmade pipes and 20 fledgling for St Claude. In France, it's not the same as America. I don't expect to sell them all unless some dealers pick them up, which is why I'm taking so many. You know, the European market is not the same as the American market in terms of price point, in terms of willingness to buy, in terms of all sorts of things. And it's just different. And it's, you know, it's still a good market and I'm very happy to be in it. It's just different and you have to be aware of that, you know, when you're working for yourself. These all have bluey stems, these 4. I was very fortunate to get a good deal on some SEM ebonite, vulcanized rubber, whatever you want to call it, Cumberland. And so they were selling it offcuts by the kilo. So, so I got some jazzy stuff, really. Nothing outlandish. What shall I show you first? Let's show you the Liverpool first. Excuse me, black blasted Liverpool. It's a cross-cut blast, as you can see, and that's a sort of blue, black and green stem. I picked this one because it looks like an electrical storm or something. It's quite cool. So I've tried that twice now. I've none of it left. Just bought a small bit just to see if I liked it. And then I made a Dublin with the same shank and stem, same stem material as well. Looks different, doesn't it, against a contrast stain than against the black. It's sort of slightly less shouty. Against the black, it really pops. Yeah. So yeah, some of my my classic shapes, you know, that people know me for, these long shanks. So I thought I'd better have a couple of those at least. Then I made a poker. I was really hoping for more smooths, but it just hasn't gone that way this week. It's okay. So poker, blasted, nice slim stem. Obviously it sits, so I won't show you that because it's all shiny at the moment. I want to keep it that way. Plus I'm not trying to peddle it to you, I'm taking it to St Claude. And that's the denim Cumberland, which I really like. It's really understated. If I take it back, it doesn't look anything out of the ordinary, but when you look close, you can see the patterns within it. That's got a French boxwood accent ring. You can see how slender the shank is in the stem on that. It's really nice. I quite like that. And finally, finished pipes, a Danish style egg, bigger pipe, nice to hold. Again, a cross-cut blast, Why blast it, you say? There's loads of detail there. Well, let me assure you the detail wasn't there when I squirted water on it, which is why I blasted it. There's always a good check for... I like this pipe because I've shaped the rim to mirror the underside of the bowl. And I think that's quite cool, if I say so myself. Yeah, the knack of checking grain. I'm currently working on a freehand as well, at my own pace. I tend, because I'm still learning freehands. I tend to pick them up and put them down and return to them a bit more than I do with my pipes that I start on the lathe, just because the muscle memory is not there, and it's, you know, it's so when you're not used to doing something, it's a little more tiring mentally. So it's good to be able to pick them up and put them down when you've got a fresh mind and go at them. So the idea of freehand pipes is you can follow the grains. So when I'm on the wheel, I have my squirty water and I just check the grain as I'm going to make sure the shape that I'm trying to produce, given the grain, is working for me. So I'll just show you that. And this is how you know, as you're making a pipe, before you've stained it or anything, whether it's a blast or a smooth, you know, or a rustic. So you can see that there. See that grain following all the way around. So as long as this behaves itself and there's no pits, this will be a nice smooth. But I've got to decide what I'm doing with the rim. I've got to get more of the shape going. It's very rough at the moment, as you can see. And then do the drilling, which is frightening still, and go from there. But hopefully that'll be a nice pipe. I think with, you know, with in my mind at the moment, that might change. Rather than a tapered stem, a nice saddle stem with a curve. We'll see. Not sure. Anyway, that's just a little insight into grain. And then I've got another 3 on the go. So I'm going great guns. I'm sort of, I'll show you them. They're nowhere near. This one is my take. Obviously, I need to nip it in a bit here more. On an Eltang style Dublin. If anyone knows Tom Eltang's work, which I'm sure you do, I've had a little crack at something that he does with a forward canted bowl and the straight stem and the horn accent on the shank. Classic billiard. This will be a blast. Maybe, or maybe a cheaper smooth. Thing is, it looks like a nice clean block, but the grain kind of lost itself a bit. You know, it's not going to be a perfect straight grain or anything like that. It's got some nice grain on it. It's grain everywhere. Kind of just loses itself and sort of goes a bit flamey and swirly. So that's just the block, you know, there's nothing can be done about things like that. So, but there's no pits or anything. So I think it's a smooth, you know, no pits is a smooth as far as I'm concerned. With some stain, there'll be some interest on that grain. So yeah, plan at the moment is to keep that smooth. I may change my mind. And then a nice Prince horn accent, ebonite stem. And this one is grain jackpot time. I've got my squirty bottle out, there's no stopping me. Look at that. Oh yeah. Absolute corker. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing that one finished. So yeah, so I am busy. I've just been rough. I've not been full of energy. And the thing that's dropped has been the YouTube videos, because I've just not had the impetus and I've not had the oomph, and I really wanted to kick on the back of Chicago, which is a great success. But you know, if you're ill, you're ill, and that's that. So anyway, going to smoke my pipe, have a beer, see the day out. I've just watered the garden before doing this, and now it looks like there's going to be a thunderstorm, so that was totally redundant. Yeah, that's that. Anyway, I'll be more regular now, I promise. And like I said, there's a lot to make, so a lot to show. Okay, all the best, everyone. Take care.